When it comes to neuropathy, many are simply treating the symptoms. They're not getting to the root cause of the issue. And this next Ask the Medical Expert segment has been sponsored by Health From Within. And joining me this afternoon is Dr. Nick Barnes. He is the founder and clinic director of Health From Within. Welcome back to Studio STL.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, and this is such a big topic because 25 million Americans are suffering and dealing with neuropathy, but the solutions are medications that are simply masking the problem. You say you have a different approach to treating neuropathy.
Yeah, so the first thing we want to do is get to the root cause of the problem so you can actually correct that. And so we want to give people hope that there's actually answers to the symptoms that they have, and we have a proven protocol to get them better.
Nice. And this proven protocol is a process that you guys really go in, you sit down with your patients, you really figure out what's going on with them. I mean, let's backtrack just a little bit. We talked about some of those medicines that are just covering up the symptoms. They actually can cause a lot of side effects too.
Yeah, a ton of side effects. The biggest one that we see that people are on is gabapentin. It's usually just the throw all the medicine at them and see how they're going to feel, if they're going to do it. But there's a lot of side effects that's really negatively impacting their lives.
Ooh, and we definitely don't want any of those side effects. You just said you're getting down to the root cause of the problem. I mean, let's talk a little bit about what you guys are doing to actually treat neuropathy from the inside out.
Yep, so there's three things. One, we want to figure out if there's a structural problem going on that's causing the nerves to be affected, a nerve problem that could be going on, and also a blood flow issue. We do that by doing a full exam in the office, and then we decide, okay, how do we get those areas better for that person? And then over time, they start to heal from the nerve damage that they might be having.
Okay, I like that you're looking at three different ways to treat the neuropathy. You also have a four-pronged approach to also treating it as well. Let's talk about that because it uses no drugs, and no surgery.
No surgery, yep. So the first thing is infrared light therapy. What this does is it creates something called angiogenesis. This is a fancy word for more blood vessels and more oxygen to the body. Secondly is a nerve rebuilder. This helps with the nerve endings and help them actually heal so people can feel again, which is really important. Three is sound wave therapy, which helps with stem cell reproduction in the legs, feet, hands, and even toes. And then lastly is just our team. Our team's all about just helping people live a better quality of life and improving lifestyle.
And you guys have an incredible team helping so many people, changing so many lives. Two of those lives are actually going to talk about today, Jim and Joyce. Let's talk about Jim and what it was like when he first came to you guys at Health From Within.
Yeah, so Jim came in our office, and his biggest thing is he wanted to be able to hike again with his daughter. And I was like, that's what it's all about. And so after about 4 months of getting care in our clinic, he was 85% better. He was able to get off his gabapentin, and he didn't need to use a cane anymore. And most importantly, he was able to, of course, hike with his daughter, which is awesome.
That is huge. Definitely creating those bonds, those memories. You not only want to feel better, but do the same things that you were able to do prior to a diagnosis. Now, Jim has had great success. What about Joyce?
Joyce was a missionary. And so she's like, I want to be able to travel again across the country, across the world. And she wasn't able to because of neuropathy. After about 6 months of care in our office, she's 90% better, which is insane. And also she's not worrying about falling anymore, and she's traveling again, which is great.
That is huge. So St. Louis, if you are at home and you are watching and you are interested in learning about Health From Within and how they can heal your body from the inside out, all you have to do is head online to their website. It's healthfromwithinstl.com. Right now they are currently offering a new patient appointment, a complimentary consult with nerve tests at no cost to you, which is huge. It's saving you about $360. We're just going to encourage you to go ahead, call or text Dr. Barnes and his team at Health From Within at 314-323-7214.